Hey guys, I'm the Journey,
I'm Reptar.
and welcome to another episode of Critic versus Critic, where we flip a coin to find out who's the good critic.
Or who's the bad
And we've been gone for a while, but now we're back, and this week we're gonna come back strong with
It.
Here. Take it.
Stephen King's It, the remake that we've been waiting for so long for. And we both loved the movie, but someone's got to be the bad guy.
It was a fantastic movie, but let's flip for it and see.
Let's flip for it and see. So this is for good critic, and call heads or tails.
Tails never fails.
And I'm good critic.
Gotta destroy this movie then. Alright, let's do it.
Now we're gonna flip the coin just one more time so we can find out who goes first.
Alright.
And then so again you lost because you're in a disadvantage here.
Well, you call the coin in the air.
You want me to call it, even though
yeah.
All right.
I trust other people's luck better than I trust my own.
All right, since I got it with heads, here we go, heads. And I lost.
See?
You
there
go
it
first.
is.
You
All
go
right.
first. All right, let's get started.
Alright, so let's see, we're doing story, I guess. So like what did I hate about it? Well, I mean, the sleepy ass town, Derry, Maine, right? Where to start? There was no wrist rocket. There was no werewolf or mummy in this version. They didn't kill him with silver, which means that ordinary objects can take out this interdimensional being. You had a fat kid that knew somehow the whole history of the town for no reason, because that's what fat kids do. And I could say fat kid, right? That's what fat kids do. I was very confused as to why Henry hated the black kid, as opposed to the original, in which I knew why he hated. It's racism. You couldn't get that from this one, though, right? Just, we don't want you here. But why? What did I do? I'm homeschooled. I kill sheep, yo. And how did no one in the history of the town, besides the fat kid, figure out that there's this clown and this murdering people this whole time? It makes no fucking sense.
Okay, so what I liked about the story was the fact that they truly, really made this a remake. And not a shitty remake like most of the other ones we've been getting from these reboots, where it's like they change it up and they do their own rendition. No, they actually went and brought back it, but modernized. And they stuck to kind of the same, pretty much the same story. And except this time there was no limitations. Because back then it was a TV movie series that came out. And so, if we all know, TV has more restrictions than movies. So
You can say nigga on TV. You can't do that in a rated R movie these days, apparently.
Yeah, and so they were, they completely went with more gore, more violence, more blood, and like TVs back then, they couldn't do that. They couldn't even cuss that much. So there was no restrictions. They truly went with the remake factor on this one. And also another thing I found cool was like, we know there's going to be a chapter 2. But they perfectly split it so that this movie was specifically had to do with the kids. There was no bouncing back and forth like the original one, which doesn't follow like the book, but it's good. It's like they're showing you two different stories, and this can be easily its own standalone. And I really loved about that.
All right, so they made it its own. They modernized it. I feel like in this world we're desensitized to everything. That there were a lot of moments where I would just feel like subtle racism. It's Maine. It's a sleepy town.
Okay,
they're clearly Trump supporters. Each and every one of them would be from this town. And not one of them could be like, we don't like your kind around here, boy. That's why you stay over there and kill them sheeps.
Okay, the bully, they mentioned in the movie that he wasn't being racist to him. He hated him because like he thought he was a bad constant reminder of his parents' house burning down.
That dude had a problem against black people and fat kids. Clearly, He was trying to carve the bacon off Little Ben. Which I don't understand. I didn't know bullying got that real. Like, You pull out the knife. You threaten. You don't use. You never. Even the other bully was like, "Whoa, that's not what I signed up for." I thought we were just gonna shake him up a little, wave it in front of his face. You don't fucking actually use it.
Do you really expect him to use racism right now with the whole?
I mean, if he's
going on right now,
if he's cutting, if he's okay cutting a kid, he should be okay dropping an N-bomb. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So the characters, I really loved how all the kids were meshing well together. They truly came together and boosted each other up, even though they were a group of losers. And I mean, they were funny. They had great banter between themselves, and then each one had its own little highlight that I liked about so much. And I loved how the girl, she was extremely cute. I mean, there was even like, come on, there was a lot of guys being like, "Wow, I think I have a crush on how old is she? Like 13? Like
12 or some shit.
Like 12 or something." I mean, our friend Andy was like crushed. I was getting a crush on her.
27-year-old man.
And it was perfect because like how cute she was, it perfectly went along with the whole.
We do not
rumors.
diddle children.
You do not diddle children. It went perfect with the fact that they were calling her a slut, even though she wasn't. She just had other issues going on, but she was definitely not a slut. And then the most pathetic kid, which we think is the new kid, the fat one, he was what really pushed the plot along with doing all the research and finding out about Pennywise and giving you the true story, not just leaving you in the dark, but like, what the fuck is this clown doing?
See, I disagree with that because I feel like that was too convenient. You just have this little fat kid that just shows up out of nowhere who likes to read, like, look at history. It's the 80s. Play at an arcade. Go out and play with your friends. Make some friends. I understand the concept of nerds back then was very different than it is now. At least I think so. You got no play, but history. That's the kind of nerd you are. There were comic books. It was the best age for comic books. It was the late 80s, and you want to look at history in the library. And you figure out that, oh, this town has all these high murders. Whoa, what's this clown? Oh shit, clown murder. No, it's fucking dumb. I didn't like him there. He was useless. I feel like all the kids were useless except for Bill, Richie, Beverly,
Ben, come on.
and Ben.
No,
Fuck Ben.
What's
Fuck Ben. Ben didn't do anything.
He did all the research on. Come on, he did the cute little like poem that got Beverly to fall for him.
That poem was weak. All right, it was 4 lines. There were no stanzas.
It was a haiku. It was a haiku, wasn't it?
Nah, it wasn't no haiku. That shit was hot. That shit was hot garbage. All right.
I don't know. Like it since this was like 89. This is the year we were born. I mean, these are basically like kids just.
No one had on parachute pants. Nobody was doing the hammer dance in that movie. Where are the historical accuracies here?
The kids remind me a little bit of like Stranger Things. I mean, the way that they were like nerdy.
Yeah,
and
they had
losers
Stranger Thing in there. That was Stranger Thing. He was Stranger Thing in that movie. He was like, oh shit, it's the 80s again, y'all. Another small town. I'm good at these mysteries. So, let's get down to Pennywise. I don't know, something about it to me. I felt like the original in the early 90s TV movie series was more terrifying in a comical way. That's something I don't feel like that the new Pennywise captured. He didn't seem, I mean, yeah, he was kind of scary, but he was scary in a way that it's like watching Heath Ledger play Joker. It's like, yeah, he did a good job as the character, but was he really the Pennywise that we were all terrified of and went to bed to? And, you know, the cause of so many problems and phobias in life. You think people are scared of clowns now because clowns are inherently creepy? Fuck clowns. There was a clown on TV. I used to love that shit. After it rolled through, nope. No more clowns. Never fucked with them ever again. Never went to the circus because of clowns. Because of it. Because he was terrifying. On top of that, you had just apparently interdimensional alien in this one who can be bludgeoned to death by children that don't need a secret weapon. It's just, hey, get some rocks, hit him in the head once, oh shit, he's down, stomp him out, don't let him get back up. I didn't know, you know, in the original, the wrist rocket, some silver, bang. It's like, oh shit, my head, my light's coming out. Oh fuck. Like, it's like, I'm dazed now. Ah, shit, fam. Nah, this one, it was like a Scooby-Doo episode. A bunch of kids saved the day again. Pulled off his rubber mask, and there was a bitch.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Look, no, but seriously, just like you mentioned, Heath Ledger, it's like we recognize it like the Joker for the longest to be this like sadistic but funny, enjoys what he's doing, like a clown. And then Heath Ledger came and gave us a new version, but still the same Joker in a way, which was like, and we all love this Joker. And this is what our new Pennywise is trying to do. Like, really give us a new Pennywise, more modernized, something that this new generation could be scared of. Because, yeah, you're right. I mean, the older Pennywise was super goofy, really loved what he was doing, really getting into it, and really creeping out kids.
Clown.
He was a true clown, really.
That happened to kill.
Any children.
Clown, John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, and yes, that's where it was based off, the whole John Wayne Gacy thing. And so that was what scared people back then. Nowadays, it's like horror movies have really changed in, well, like you said, we got desensitized. So a lot of things have changed. And if they were trying to bring that same one back, I think there'll just be more people in the movie theater laughing more than actually jumping and getting scared. I mean, we were in the same movie theater together. There was a girl crying behind you.
Yeah, there was a girl.
And then there was a grown-ass man behind me.
Fucking weenies.
There was a grown-ass man behind me jumping and kicking my chair. I wasn't even mad. I thought that was hilarious. But on screen, you have a 20, 30-foot like Pennywise coming out of the screen. Like, that's what I love so much, was he still had his transformative abilities where they even kind of hinted at the spider thing when his claws came out. And he was trying to kill him.
That was like a lobster or something. Like a fucking...
I don't know.
It was like one of those spider. It was like one of those weird arachnid ants from fucking Starship Troopers. Right?
But like what was so amazing was the fact that we knew what was coming in this movie, and like they gave it to us, but more modernized, and like we loved it. The gore, this Pennywise, like even though he didn't eat the kids, he
ate one kid.
The arm.
He probably ate the rest too. But there was blood there. That cat was traumatized.
But guess what though? When they were saying you'll float too, they were actually fucking floating this time. In the original one, they didn't do that. He didn't make them float. This time they were actually floating.
They kept saying that. I thought he was I thought it was more grisly. Like, oh yeah, dead body swells up and it'll probably float down the sewage line. Oh, okay, we'll float too. It's like, oh no, it's magical. The fuck? I want to be magical. I want to see the gruesomeness. All right.
The gruesomeness, yeah. And the way he looked too was great. It's because he's an extremely old creature that's been there for the very long time, even Victorian period. That's why he has this whole Victorian kind of old school clown getup. In the It movie, he just looked like what a clown would look like in every other day, and that's what made it so scary for other people.
Don't you feel like after a while, like you've been around for millennia, like there are easier ways to scare people? You're in a town full of white people. Be their biggest fear. Big black guy running through killing people.
But he only wakes up for a year out of every 27. So, do you think he has time to go on Netflix and research the shit that
there's
makes people
CNN
scared?
And shit? It's the 80s by now. There's been news. He's woken up a couple times like, oh shit, what is this technology? Oh, I can watch. What is moving pictures? Oh. Can I get the souls from this box? Oh, clearly you're the more powerful being. You have all the souls already.
I like the new Pennywise. I think he's great.
I could
just imagine what he's gonna do to the adults.
I could go back to 95 when I first saw it and be more terrified as an adult than me watching the new It movie now as a 5-year-old.
Fair enough. So the differences between the TV movie and this new movie, what I really like was since it's supposed to be a remake, and they did it so close to the original, what I truly appreciated was the fact that you know what's gonna happen. You know where the story's going. And when you get to these scenes where you expect to see it, it still grabs you. It still gets you. It's still enjoy it. I knew that when they were watching that film, that there was going to be a Pennywise that was going to jump out. I didn't expect a huge fucking Pennywise, that huge, a big ass head, a 30 foot Pennywise to come out. Like, that surprised me. Didn't scare me, but surprised me. I was like, oh shit, I love that. Right in the middle of your garage. Even the blood scene, which is one of the most, like, iconic scenes. Like, right next to The Shining when the elevator door opens and all the blood comes out. This is, like, one of the second bloodiest one where the whole entire bathroom blows up in blood. And the original was a balloon that...
Stephen King loves his blood in retrospect.
Yeah.
Shining, Carrie, It... Yeah, fucker, he just loves to douse shit in blood. Like, that's signature move.
Yeah.
It's like his cum shot.
Yes, it was basically that. And, like, they grabbed what we already saw and just, just gave it to you the same way but differently where you weren't expecting it. It's, like, the same thing but viewing it differently.
See, I don't know. Like, I feel like, especially you talked about the large where it comes out in the garage and he's fucking huge. If you're that big and you've got that many powers at your disposal, I understand you want to frighten them. Why don't you kidnap one of them and frighten them in the secret? Frighten them by itself. They figured out that if they split up, that he wouldn't be able to, if they split up, that they would be weaker. They stayed all together. Kidnap like 2 of them. Keep them in separate parts of the sewer. Terrorize the fuck out of them. All day. Terrorize them. Get your rocks off. Then eat them real quick. Done deal. That's how you don't get defeated by 12-year-olds, all right? He needs to learn something here. Comparatively to the original, I really did enjoy the original. Like, I mean, I say it once, I say it again. My boy didn't have light this time. Where was his light at? That light used to scare me.
It was in his throat.
It was the same thing as the Pulp Fiction light. In fact, after I saw it and I saw Pulp Fiction, I thought Pennywise was in the suitcase, all right? That's how terrifying that light was to me. Where was it? And just the fact that he got beaten by an ordinary object. What is it? A goat? Sheep murderer? Sheep murderer can take out an interdimensional being?
Pneumatic. It's like pneumatic.
It's
gun.
a
air
bolt.
compressed.
Yeah,
air compressed little bolt gun.
But that's what did him in, eh? That's how you kill.
That wasn't what got him. It's like, remember, it was still a remake. This movie wasn't what Pennywise should have done. It was basically like a remake of the original story in the book, and they did a good job like retelling it, and they also modernized it. And
I don't know, like I felt like Richie in the 90s was much more hilarious. Like looking at little Seth Green, love that little redheaded fuck. Like
I didn't know that was Seth Green.
That was Seth Green.
I didn't know that was Seth Green until we watched it.
That was a young Seth Green, and now we got young Stranger Things in there.
But he talked too much shit.
He couldn't say the N-word. He couldn't say the N-word. We've been talking enough shit, all right?
He was a highlight of that movie. All the shit talking he was doing.
He was all right. I think when the kid got his arm broke was the fucking
ripped off. Yeah, not broke.
Oh no, ripped off. That was. And
then we had the whole Scary Movies rape arm coming out of the freaking sewer and stretching out.
It wasn't a rape arm. He was just trying to get the homie so he could frighten them. All right. The whole point is, I do feel like the 90s one encapsulated more fear for me than the modern one. And albeit I expected some stuff to happen, and I'm more grizzled and dead on the inside now than I was as a 5-year-old boy who wet the bed for like a month because of that movie. Speaking of, who makes a 5-year-old watch it? That shit is 4 hours long, longer than your attention span. And I was forced to watch it.
That was like 4 hours long. It was 2 parts.
I could not leave. It was family time. Isn't that some fucked up family time?
I don't know. I watched it on my own as a kid, and honestly, I think that might be that might have been the movie that truly desensitized me, because it taught me. It's like, don't be scared of something and it won't kill you. Both movies did it. I'm not scared of you.
Taught me, if anything, you should be more afraid of things you're not already afraid of, because like. They're fucking. They could turn out to be.
They got over their fears.
Yeah, they clearly didn't get over their fear because old boy killed himself when he came back, and that's 90s. All he did was like, it's back. Oh shit! I was about to sleep with my wife. Murder.
Okay, that guy was bitch made. All right, guys. So tell us what you think. Which one of us won?
Who do you think argued their point better? Who do you think
the good critic or the bad critic? And remember, this isn't. You're voting for the one who did the best job arguing their points. We both love the movie. if we both want to be the good critic, because it's just the
really,
easy route.
It's really hard to fucking make up points about a movie you like.
But that's the whole point of this. You want to see both sides of the movie. You want to see any negative sides and any good sides, because it might change your opinion. And if you really love the movie and just want to drop us some comments below, please let us know what you thought about the movie, and if there was any other stuff that you thought was pointless in the movie.
We'd love to hear back from you, honestly, because it's really hard being the bad critic. It was great, honestly.
I don't know, you argued the shit out of it though.
Bill Skarsgård, man, he Pennywise the fuck out of it. Like it was great, honestly. But
I did not want to argue with this movie. I'm so lucky I was.
I had to be the negative, so I had to bring points.
That's what happened with Spider-Man. It's like I love that movie and I had to be bad critic. Then I talked the shit out of that movie. Yeah. I bashed the crap out of it. But come on, it's easy to talk shit. That's the internet.
It's just just talk shit. Talk some shit with this.
So leave your votes in the comments below. We'll announce the winner on our social media, and join us next time. We're probably gonna do Thor Ragnarok, but if you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see, please also leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching us. I'm Jerni,
Reptar,
and this is Critic versus Critic.